Hi guys, welcome back. Today we are going to talk about the shank. So this is a shot that a lot of people struggle with, and when they hit it they generally don't have a clue as to why it's happened. So today I'm going to talk to you about some really kind of common ways people do get themselves to hit the shank when basically the swing feels exactly as it did to the previous shot. So when people make their swing, what tends to happen as they get to the top here, as they start down, the club head relative to the ball to target line starts to work out and over the top, or what we call outside the line. That then gets this club head much further outside the line of the ball than we'd like, and as the club comes into the ball, it's going to meet it in the hosel or heel of the club. So what we effectively want to try and do to try and correct the shank is improving our strike. So we're going to try and move that strike towards the centre of the club face. So to do that, we've got to try on the way down with our downswing to keep the club head further back behind our hands this way. That way, as we then start to turn, the club will come out to the ball and we'll start to find a much more centred strike compared to when the club comes down and as it is allowed to travel too far outside the line, where we get this kind of club hosel coming into the ball first. Try this as a drill. We're going to do flip the club head upside down, so we're going to grip the top of the club where the club head is, grip towards the bottom. Get yourself set up with your back to the wall, so you're going to get yourself in good posture, in your full setup, back to the wall. Make a backswing to the top and you're going to get the club or the grip of the club touching the wall. And then what I want you to do as you start down, keep the club head, or what is the grip, against the wall. So as you start down, see how the grip stays touching the wall all the way down to about halfway, and then from here turn the body and allow the grip to come out to where the ball will be. This gives you a really good sensation of how the club head can stay much further back behind the line of your hands, rather than when we get to the top, and typically a lot of people that do struggle with the shank get the club working out this way and they never get it back to the ball. They tend to get it too far outside the line and we can hit the hosel. Let's try two shots. We're going to go one where we get the club head too far outside the line, and that's going to more likely for me cause a shank or a strike into the heel, and then we'll go for one where I feel like the club head stays much further back behind. So this is a swing where this club, typically what we see, people get the club head working too far outside the line and we get that strike in the heel or in the hosel. Just like that. So you complete the strike in the heel, nowhere near the middle of the club face. So in this one now I'm going to make sure I get to the top, feeling like I'm keeping the club head back much further behind my hands, and then start to turn my body later. You see a much better strike out the middle of the club face, and that's going to give me a much better result. Give it a go.